Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Forrester, Carter tells Brooke she's the only bone who can assure her guests and workers at this critical time. He knows it's complicated for her. Ridge and Eric stepped down, but he believes they'll come back if they see the company thriving. He hates that he's putting her on a collision course with Ridge, but they'll overcome this. Fortune, right? He asks, so, what do you say, Brooke? Will you do it? Will you come Forrester Creations, coming CEO? At the Forrester manse, Eric comes through the door with Ridge and Steffy in hitch and declares he needs a stiff martini. Steffy thinks they should keep clear heads. Eric bellows that no bone is going to take his company from him. Ridge and Steffy worry about his stress situations. Suddenly, Taylor comes by. She realizes they've a lot to bandy and doesn't want to intrude. Ridge tells her she's not interposing, your family. Taylor's so sorry they're all having to go through this. They go over the drastic change in Carter and Hope being in the motorist's seat. Eric will exhaust every legal angle to correct this travesty. Taylor sensations that they suppose they can run Forrester without the three of them. Steffy says they're in for a rude awakening. Ridge says there's no bone at Forrester to help them. In the main office, Carter tells Brooke they need to move snappily. She says Ridge will go ballistic if she accepts. Carter can't concern himself with Ridge, he has to do what's right for the company. They go over why they need her, and Carter says, if you need further time. Brooke doesn't need further time and says, I'll do it. I accept. Carter and Hope grasp. In the Forrester living room, Taylor says it's unwarrantable what's happened. Him hooking up with Hope out of the blue is nearly as surprising. Steffy thinks she set her sights on Carter and he fell for it. Ridge grunts, look what they did to Thomas. That's your answer right there. Steffy says it was a subtle manipulation. Ridge can't get over Brooke defending what they're doing. He said he couldn't be on the same property as Hope, and she chose Hope. That's why I'm then. In the main office, Brooke tells Hope and Carter she much prefers this didn't be. The Forresters were pushed out of their own company. She understands why they feel justified. Carter tells her they need someone who's completely committed. If that's not you, Brooke is committed, though it did come out of the blue. Zend knocks on the door and tells them there's press downward. Rumors are swirling about the changes and they want a statement. Carter asks him to tell them they'll make a statement through their social media channels. He asks Brooke to do it and be the voice of the company. Brooke says she'll do it. Zend gawps, really? She says, talk to Katie. Set it up. Carter shafts. In the Forrester living room, Eric tells Ridge he can stay there, but he and Brooke have survived some enough serious storms. Steffy doesn't suppose her father can stay with someone who's sleeping with the adversary. Taylor isn't sure that's a helpful way to suppose about it, but Steffy's undeterred. Eric asks Ridge where effects actually stand between the two of them. Ridge isn't sure. His focus is on getting the company back. Suddenly, Steffy gets a Forrester digital alert. They're going to go live and make an advertisement. Eric wonders what they could conceivably advertise. Ridge figures it's damage control. He says they can spin it any way they want, but their little world's about to fall piecemeal. At Forrester, Brooke textbooks Ridge that she has commodity to tell him. Zen says they're all set for her to give her statement. Brooke walks behind the office, and Hope fixes her hair. You've got this. Zend hits a button and Brooke begins by introducing herself before bringing up the changes in operation. COO Carter Walton will be managing the new LLC, which controls the company. And from this day forward, I'll step into my old position as CEO of Forrester Creations. Watching the advertisement at the Forrester manse, Steffy's jaw drops and Eric exclaims, what? Steffy intones, oh my God. Brooke continues, I would also like to mention that I'll reinstate Hope for the future, commanded by my son Hope Logan, of course. I would also like to advertise that Ridge, Steffy, and Eric Forrester will be taking a leave of absence. I don't want you to worry about a thing. All will be fine. The company is in good hands. My hands. Ridge rolls. He rants, how could she do this to me? Eric grievances about the power heist and feels she should be standing with them. He thinks Carter is using Brooke to calm the waters. Steffy says this is a hostile preemption. They need to do their own press conference. Eric worries that would harm Forrester. Ridge hollers, Dad, she picked us in the reverse. Steffy says Brooke has shown her true colors, she's a Logan through and through. Suffing, she says she has to go pick up the kiddies. Eric has a meeting town. Taylor will stay with Ridge. Taylor asks Ridge, are you okay? He shakes his head. Hope and Carter's treason was awful. What Brooke just did was so much worse. At Forrester, Carter gushes, Brooke, that was great. He's sure the media will see this as a positive sign. He gets word that further journalists are now in the lobby and says he and Hope will handle it. Formerly alone, Zent confronts Brooke for being all in on the preemption. Brooke says that's not true. Zent rails that what Carter and Hope did was fully unethical. Brooke realizes that and agrees with everything he's byword. It kills her to see Ridge hurt like this. Zend asks what she's doing also. Brooke has a plan. A way to get Forrester creations back to Ridge. At the Forrester manse, Ridge harangues to Taylor, how can Brooke to this? To him and his pater. Taylor says she always lets him down. The people who love him want so much better for him. Ridge says that every time this happens, he goes back and it happens again. At some point, he has to realize he's doing this to himself. Perhaps you were right, document perhaps you were right each on. Still, join M. Originally Brooke Logan was gobsmacked to learn that Carter Walton planned, and latterly launched, if you see a ant beat M. But now a new exercise videotape shows Brooke publicizing her grand return to the CEO part during the week of December 16th to 20th. Oh my, what will this act of business do to Bridge? Carter took over FC in a dirty way so that he can turn it into a global luxury line. Hope Logan sillily went on with him because he's also spouting off about redressing the Logans. We'll see how far Carter gets, he's egomaniacal to say the least. But he's been harmonious about saying that he dislikes how the Logan women have been dissed over the times. It looks like he's ready to put his plutocrat where his mouth is. Under Carter, Brooke takes on the part of CEO and ploys in her glory. And why not? Her mate Ridge Forrester called her son Hope a biatch and a slut to her face. No mama can allow that kind of discourteousness from the man in her life. But will Brooke be happy simply getting in the D-file again? Perhaps the power goes to her head and she decides to go a step further. Electra Forrester was heard asking Will Spencer if Forrester Creations would still be called that after the preemption. This could be a sign that the name of the company is about to change. We can completely see rejected Brooke putting the Logan name on the signage. We don't see her dropping the name Forrester since that's the moneymaker. But perhaps tagging her name on it, commodity like Logan, Forrester, sounds about right. Brooke's fury at Ridge is compounded when she sees him and Taylor Hayes in a tender moment and fighting back is in her nature. Suppose of how furious Ridge would be to see Saab's family name next to his. What do you suppose of Carter's astonishing preemption? Are you lodging for him and Hope, or do you suppose they're one cracker short of a package?